investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Friday. I keep wanting to say Monday, but it's Friday. Friday, the 2nd of January, 2020. We're well on our way into 2026. Well, time flies. That's the way it feels. Dow's up 86 points at 48,148. It has so far done the dreaded H pattern. So let me just take the time. It's a Friday, technical Friday. Let me show you something. So this, I've actually started for the first time. I've done it myself. I didn't know I'd ever be able to do it. Herb Brun used to do the technical work that I always wanted about moving averages, crossing over, counting the Chapman wave, all this stuff. And it used to take him quite a while. In split seconds, and when I say split seconds, as I was asking the GTP to do this and do that, it would come back and they make a suggestion. I'd follow the suggestion, or I would make a suggestion, and it would say, "Good suggestion." Oh, it makes me feel great. A good suggestion for a novice and a pleb, kind of a. Okay. So anyway, I'm starting to do the Chapman wave notation, doing I'm not doing the software. I'm pressing the buttons to get the software to do this automated, and I love it. I haven't yet got to the notations themselves, but I have got to other aspects, and it's really exciting. So there's an H pattern, and you made a peak C1, C2 top, and as far as I'm concerned, that is saying to me that the upside is limited. But the way the market, if you get sell signals and you get, let me just go to this chart here because it's so important. I always talk about this, INDU, that's the Dow chart right here. This is called the Chapman wave dark news cloud cover. And I use the daily Dow as a chart for this with a yellow background. And all I do is I look for internal highs, residual highs, and internal lows and residual lows. And I treat them as if it's like an earthquake and then the aftershock, some very big impact and then the result after that. And I said that I believe that we've got an internal high and I'm waiting for the residual high. Last week I said I believe we've got the residual high. But have a look at the 9-period moving average, still so strong. And that's all this does is it bases it on the fruition of following the price as it moves to higher highs or lower lows, and assessing exactly what we're looking at. And what we're looking at here is very interesting. Why? Because within the context of these double tops, we didn't go to a higher high, but we got that. If I never knew this particular technique that I developed, I'd always miss it. It's like waiting for a peak D, and now I've learned that you've got to accept that once in a while, the Dow all-time high doesn't have to go to a D. It can fail at a C. Well, this fails at a C1, and then just under it, 60 points below it, you get your second high. I call that peak C1, peak C2. It acts like a D. And I call it internal high, residual high. Now, every rally so far has kind of pulled back, but the fact that you're rallying is different to when you get these sell-offs after internal high and a residual high, like exactly a year ago, January the 31st, almost exactly a year ago, January the 31st, you got that final top, and that was with an internal high and a residual high. Remember that was, let me just give you the price, that was at 45,054, and it was on the 31st of January, and then on the 6th of February, you went to 44,966, just a little under that, right? So I think we've got the same thing. But this sell-off is very different. One of the reasons why I haven't wanted to go to the short side in the indices is there's still internal strength. You can see it when you get these sell-offs. You remember Dow down 350, S&P down 55, and then it tries to rally, then it fails, and the next day it's the same thing. It repeats over and over. So far, we haven't got that. I have the signs that are saying to me, just be very careful. Yes, we've got a couple of long positions that we've added. In fact, the latest one is doing quite nicely. We're even up under these conditions. And I'm just saying to you, you've got to be very selective here. But I'm anticipating that 47,000, maybe 500, 47,200 is really going to be very important. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. Look, there's the 14-period moving average in the weekly Dow at 47,350. Have a look at this. This is the S&P. Made an all-time high, but what did it do? It went to that Chapman wave peak D, that's the buy signal. Oh, I always do that. Don't do that. Let's just do it again. Okay. In a buy signal upgrade to a buy mode, you expect at least a peak D. Well, SPX.X, there it is. Peak D at 69.47. Let me just put that in here. 69.45.77. Okay. And now we're down. This is trough A, leg B to the downside. Try to rally today. It's off the highs, but it's still up 33 points. That's different to what we might find in maybe 3 days' time, maybe Tuesday of next week. We're looking at something much sharper. But at this particular point, the 9 is way over the 14. The MACD did just dip. It's now negative. The retro strength, the gray line, is negative. Stochastic went from 80% to 74%. Let's see, and unbalanced volume, unbalanced volume is pulling back. So I'm anticipating this candle right here, the low of the candle is on the 19th, which is at 67.92. So that's about 60, 80 points below. I think we might get there. I believe this is more like a consolidation. Now, it's not a consolidation if you're in some of those stocks. I've spoken about them before, like Robinhood, which is kind of, I said you can think of it closer to now the Bitcoin action, but in fact, it tried to rally today, and now it's down $1.43 at 111.71. We got another position recently at 109. It ran all the way to the almost 140, 137. And now it's down to 111. It's arching over for the second time. The dreaded H went to a second dreaded H. So that's just saying to me that some areas are still going to be weak, and those are the ones that might remain weak. And you've got to be looking at some of the stocks I've been talking about for a little while now as taken over from the tech sector. All right, let's get on to so that was the S&P. Let me just have a look at this. Is the 1 minute chart right here. I think it did. It went to a peak D. There you are, peak D. And it's pulling back, removed, put a down arrow, and it went underneath the 200 period exponential. Oh, this is going to be an exciting period for me. It's the first time I have the capability. Gosh, when I think how the late Herb Brun used to work for me and do these things, and you take a couple of days and you'd be experimenting, doing all this stuff. And he was pretty quick at doing coding. But now you just go to, I said, TradeStation, this and that, and it just did it. I said, no, I've got an early version of it. I haven't updated it because the way I can do the notation is on the early version, and I like it. So I just picked it up. All right, so we've got a break coming up. Dow is down. Dow's down 17. S&P's up 22. Very selective move, isn't it? I want to go, as we're about to go to the break, I just want to see what Bitcoin's doing right now. Bitcoin is now up 17.05. It's pulling back from the intraday high. Oh, yeah, maybe it was just a bounce. I thought it was a bounce, but Robert Hood might be telling us that it's not going to go very far to the upside. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah, so that peak D right there in the 1 minute chart, and then it was B minus. This is what happens at the very beginning. Sometimes the larger time frames, this is the 2 minutes, the 5 minutes, they can fail, which they did, and now we have to restart. Oh, this is it. We've seen the high of the day. As I said, I've been kind of very cautious of the market. That's what I say to subscribers. We're going to be cautious, but we're adding in positions because this is an opportunity. It might not work, but the prices are getting to the point that I wanted them, and we'll see if that works. And I was going to go to the DXD this morning at the open with a bounce. I thought, just a perfect time. That's 2 times short. Yeah, it might have been a nice position, but I'm just seeing strength come in. All right, sip of tea. Technical Friday, let me just finish this up. TLT is down. You made a trough E, you try to rally, you're failing. That means that the TBT is going higher. I said that you've got to be careful about that because the weekly chart was improving, and that just says that if the 9-period moving average crosses positive, which it did last Friday, now it's another week, you could go to higher prices. That might shake the market up a little bit, but I think I didn't finish this. What I wanted to say is the whole premise of this is that it has to do with what I call the dark news cloud cover. In other words, there's something that filters into the market, and all of a sudden it is like a little whisper of let's just say it's rates, right? Rates with lowercase, maybe they're at 8 points, and then it goes to 12 points, and then and then you get this front page in the New York Times or the Boston Globe, whatever it is, saying rates or whatever it is. We haven't got that at all. This is, I think, a purely technical sell-off, but it's also precipitated by the rotation into other areas, and those other areas are really important. market-wise, and that's telling me the bigger picture is still very positive. I mean, look, you've got, what should I pick? I haven't even looked at it. Let's go to Amazon. Everyone's talking about Amazon as the stock of the year coming up. I heard it a number of times. Let's just go to Amazon right here. Click, click, click. AMZN. And what is it doing? It's down 3. At 227, it's made the dreaded H. It was going from an H to an M pattern, made an all-time high at the 258.60 area. That's the peak E. In the weekly chart, pulling back. Am I just checking out? Am I streaming? Is there a problem again? Let me just check. It's gone more than it's present. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We better get this fixed up. I don't like this at all. Okay, the chart's there now, I think. All right. So this is Amazon. So Amazon's putting back. Look at this, also with an A. Instead of AM, it's AA. Look at that. All it's getting close to an all-time high. Oh, I'm about to lose my voice. Okay. Sip. Breathe in, breathe out. So this will be a leg G. It won't be a G if there's a pullback and then a higher high, because there's never an H. It says you've recycled to the upside and you're going towards the 57.61 all-time high from January 2023. Wouldn't that be exciting? I drew it in. This is just going exactly to plan. We've been wrong for some time. I think this is nice action. Leg E in the weekly chart. This is good. So now let's go back to what I was looking at and saying that it's rotational. The charts again. It's going one period. Okay, I see the chart, so maybe I've corrected it. I hope so. Okay, now let's go to some questions before I run out of time and run out of voice. VICR. VICR. Okay, VICR. Where's the notation? I had this all done many times. This is Vicor Corporation. I forgot now what it did. It went from a monthly chart of peak A. I'm almost sure that was an A, 43.20. Yeah, 43. Yep, that's A, B, C. It went to a leg D. Monthly, weekly is peak A, B again. A. Well, let me do this. It's Technical Friday. So let me do this. There's the low. Now let me just double check because it's a little deceptive. 39, 38. Okay, there's the low. So it goes peak A, uppercase, peak B. I'll put an up arrow in because I know that's already gone higher. Otherwise, I would have put in a plus sign and upgraded it as it got to the leg C. Okay, peak D, and then it starts another one. Peak A, peak B, peak C. What's your objective in the Chapman wave? If bicycle goes to buy mode, should go to at least a D. Oh, no, this is not good. Cough, cough, cough. All right, so leg E in the weekly, Vicor, and let's see if, you can just tell me what they did again, just to make it speedy. All right, I'm going to do this just visually. No, I won't. A, B, C, D, E, F, starts again and goes A, B. Imagine when I get this automated. Steve has it automated, but I like to have all the alternative wave counts, which is very important. E, and then a brand new A, B, C, and it looks like it's going to fail. And then what does it do? It grabs the D and goes high, E, F. All right, so this is looking fantastic. Let me just do this right now. I've used up all my... I don't have a free. No, I don't have a free. I used to have it. Now I don't. I've used it for my software little program. All right. I don't remember what Vicor does. Anyway, VICR up $8.87, up 8%. Maybe it's earnings, but it looks like this has just been a steady move to the upside. 118.47 on a day with the Dow's now down 153. S&P's up $1.55 after being up 30, almost 40 points. Well, what I'm looking at here is that this has got, let me rather look at rather than the upside, because if you go back, you've got this high that was made back in 2021, I think it was, November, at 164.76. So, and there's no previous peak before that. They're all lower down. So I think this is, look at the beautiful cup shape, Techno Friday. Let me just draw this in then. So I can't go to this high and do a left side, right side price time match for the symmetry, but I can go to the top of this candle right here and say, if I go to the most obvious candle, which is this one right here, with this long-legged doji right there, this smallish candle, and I go left side click, or right side, it says that by February, end of February, March, this is a little bit conservative. I should probably go to that tiny, I'm going to go to this tiny candle right here, because there's no, the plumb line is this candle right here. That says it's just too long. That would be the number of bars on the left would equal the number of bars on the right. However, look at this. If I do it this way and I just go to this candle right here, I'm not going to the all-time high. I'm going here and I'm moving it to the right. That takes me to January. It says, this is a little bit aggressive. I'd probably say February, but I'm going to do this because it's the technique I'm using right now. As we go to the break, I'll do the left side, the inside wedge target, a repellent line. When we get back, we'll be looking at Vicor, and the Dow is now down 134, S&P's up 3. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi folks, let's be back right into this Vicor, which is Vicor Corporation, designs, manufactures high-performance modular power components. I'd say by February, it should be testing this high right here, which is the high of the bar three months after the high of 2021. And it is 128. So we've got at least a little while to go, but it's done very well. And I think this is just telling us that there are sectors within tech that are, in this case, manufacturing, that are still doing extremely well. And that's what it is. More important, I'm going to tell you that if it closes under, it's 117.69 right now. If it closes under 105, for 2 out of 3 sessions, it says, okay, now it's taking a breather. And that breather could be short term. It could be a little bit more. I'll have to go to it when it happens. But so far, and that's moving up. So if it goes 3 points high in the next day or two, I have to raise that base a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But that's what I'm looking at. Next question came in. Let me go back here. Whoops. I did that. Oh, a question came in. I wrote it down. Thank goodness I wrote it down. Did I write it down? Yes. Advanced micro devices. Advanced micro devices right now is up 8 at 222. It actually was up all the way to 227, so it's given back 5 points already. But this is part of what we're looking at. There's this rotation that says within the sectors, and this is the semiconductor sector. Look, NVIDIA, there it is. NVIDIA, which is up $4 at 190.67, has got a lot of resistance on the upside. So it's kind of stalling. Advanced micro devices has a different chart formation in the monthly chart. Weekly chart's kind of similar, so it says to me this is kind of a bounce within the sector, but it's really important at this particular phase of the market consolidation that I've been talking about for a little while, that I'm anticipating coming into the end of December, beginning of January, that it's not like, I don't see major sell-off yet. You never know. I mean, this is a pretty sharp turnaround on the Dow and the S&P, but nothing like we usually see when we got bad news. I don't see the bad news there. I just think this is a technical sell-off. So most important, I think Advanced Micro Devices has this candle, a lot of resistance at the 234 level. I'm sure if you're long, you'd love 234. But getting there is going to be tough, and I think it's going to really go sideways because it's I like the fact that it did the H pattern very successfully. Okay, let me give you, this is a technique that I always talk about. Chapman methodology says, in the H pattern, if the price pulls back and doesn't take out the left side low, but instead makes another arch, if that arch has a higher high than the first one, in other words, this on the 2nd of December, exactly a month ago, the high was 225.98. If it can close above 225, let's call it 226. If we can close above 226 for 2 out of 3 consecutive sessions, that would be really important. And the reason why is that then it says you've turned this into at least a little bit of a propellant zone, and that says you can go to the upper end of this candle. But at the same time, the 9-period moving average, the day's young, it's gone L, which means it's positive. If by the end of the day that fades because the price goes to 218, that says it's still stalling, and think of it more as a rectangle formation right there. Okay, so I'm giving you the support has to be today's low is 28 in the 218 area, goes to 217. It's a problem. Stays up here. It says that's good because buying is coming in. It's not great buying, but it's support, and that's good. Next question came in. Could I look at the IWM? So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the IWM because of the dreaded IWM. I don't know what the IQM is. Okay, IWM. What's the rule of thumb? In the Chapman methodology, Did I get this right? Let me put that in. If you come down sharp, if the price comes down sharply and then rallies and fails at a peak A or B and then takes out the left side low, it has 2, maybe 3 bars in which to cross back positive. Otherwise, it could go down 1-to-1 from the arch high. So IWM, we're still long. It did very nicely from our entry point, but it's coming back, and I'm not very happy with this particular weekly chart. There's nothing to complain about. It's still very positive. But this daily chart is just saying, it's really struggling. It should not have taken out the low of December the 17th. That was at 246.70, and it has decisively on Friday. Today it's rallying to, 246.70, and it's trading at 247.22. That's good. So if in the next few days the S can go back to green, that's the 9-period moving average, I would say great. This is just a sideways consolidation. But if it impacts it by going below, this is the low that we were looking at right here on the 2nd of December at 245.32. So that's about the entry point that we got. I'm prepared to I've made the stop. We almost got stopped out, and I'll come back if I have to. But right now, just as a trade, I did not want to stay in that long position. If I want a little bit of a profit at least. So that's the way I'm looking at it right here. And the most important thing is it made a 258.20 all-time high at a peak B. I really don't see how I can count it any other way. That was a peak F at 252.77 on the 15th of October. Kaboom, it did a double top at 252.21. There's that peak. It's like a peak C1, C2, except it was a peak F, and then it failed under that, and it plummeted down to 228.90, just above the 200-period moving average. Technicals, 9-period went weak. MACD's weak. Retro strength is weak. On-balance volumes weak, stochastics at 16%, very weak. Cough, cough. I'm thrilled that it's actually held as well as it has, but it really should start to try to get to that higher high above 258.20. So all I can say is it's a work in progress. If you're looking longer term, I would love for it to be able to hold at a worst case basis, say all of this week coming. It just makes lower lows and low highs. The whole 242 area, that's kind of where I wouldn't want to see it go under 240. 244 is the black 14-period moving average in the weekly chart. If the IWM can kind of consolidate here and just use time, that'd be good. It doesn't get back on track until it closes above this high, the high of the 22nd of December of 255.12. Closes above that, that's going to be very positive. I just think it's consolidating. It was lagging a little bit, then it went to an all-time high, and now it's just kind of stalling. I hope that helps you there. Next question came in, and that question was, a week or two ago, someone asked you about CRMI. CRMI, do I still have the notation? CRMI? I don't get that. Can you just type that in again? Oh, CRML. Yes, CRML. There it is. Okay. Could I do some work? Well, I did before. I did make a peak D and made a low low. I'll be back in a moment.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And
metals
over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while
what does
also
Critical
giving his
Metals Corporation do?
Selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So leave it to Mr. Biotech to ask me about the stock. Critical Metals Corporation, mine development company, does lithium, rare earths for supply chains. I guess most of it is for the Tanbreeze rare earths. It's Greenland and Austria. Well, look at this. If you didn't tell me, I would have said, gee, this kind of acts like a biotech. Well, rare earths is biotech in the metals, right? So it has this candle, Chapman inverted a Roman candle right there. That was in October. Yeah, October. High of $32.15 and a low of $6.05. Oh, man. But now it's done the dreaded H pattern, and it took out, on the 200-period moving average, it took out the left side low. It went to the low, 675. That was on Wednesday. And on the 21st of November, the low was 691. So at 675, it gaps up today, and it's up 14% at $7.96, up $1.02. Well, the way it's acting, that 9-period moving average hasn't turned, it's got a long way to go. It'll have to be about 888 before it goes green again, or it could be more. But anyway, as it stands, I love the candle. I don't know why it's there. Look at the magnet of the 200-period moving average in the daily, how it keeps coming back to that. But look at the weekly chart. Even though it was in this $7 range back in October, before it spiraled up to the 32s, it comes back and it's like a magnet. So talk about rare earth. This is the magnet of the rare earth. And all I can say is that I left out the I right there. I'm going to put it back in. This is Technical Friday. We want everything to be good. LIT for lithium. All right. Now, most importantly, I love this action. What I'm going to suggest is, I think you're in it, right? Basil, a week or two ago, I'm going to put a reverse. Oh, you got a reverse collar on it, and I'm really okay. So now, if you got a reverse collar, what I'm going to suggest, what you want to see is, let's go to the 120-minute chart, if I can actually find that. 120 should be right there. Yep, there it is. So which one do I want? This one, okay. Yep, there it is. So what I'm going to be looking at here is, yes, the MACD crossed positive. The stochastic has gone from the single digits down to about 3% to 17%. I love that. On balance volume has reversed. It's above the trend line. Yes, it's done that. 9-period moving average, it's got about another 20 cents to go for the 9-period moving average. If CRML is able, let's say today, because it's at the high of the day, and somebody's listening to the show because it's going to start moving any second. There it is, up another. It's right, almost at 8. What we're looking at is if it's able by what's today? Today's the 2nd, and it's now about quarter to 11. If Eastern time, let's just say by 1:10, between 1:10 and 1:20 during Larry's show, if this happens, I don't care what the reason is, if it bounces and can get to 8:23 early next week, and when I mean early, it's either Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning. If there is even a sign that it can get to 8:35, that 200-period moving average in the 120-minute chart of $8.91 will become a magnet. It's just not going to do that if it stalls and holds here for too long. Time is of the essence when you're talking about this kind of speed. So all I'm saying is I'm watching it closely. I'm put it on my notes right now to keep it in mind. What's going on? Here we go, CRML. What are we looking at? We're looking at yes. So this is the yes. We're talking about 796 right now. Leg peak A. It's in leg B in the 10-minute chart. So it could pull back. I don't want to see it below 776. 776 to 774. Not before it can tackle 803. I'd love to get 803, then you can pull back a little bit. So there it is. Let's just go back to this for the moment, 2.6. I don't want the time to run out because they've got a lot of questions still. Yes. So look, Chapman methodology, same thing here in the 1-minute chart, exactly what we're talking about. You see that 200-period moving average? 1-minute chart goes down to the 668.80 level in the E-mini, March. So now we go peak A, look, peak A, peak B. The weight of the market still has some weaknesses, at least got to a D. But if this E-mini can go to 69.17.50, that's 69.18. If we can go to 69.18 very soon, that's 69.21.44. Doesn't know that it's a futures contract. Let's call it 50 cents. 629.21.50 will become the target very quickly. That's what you want to see in this position that you got. I didn't say to you what the downside is. So the downside is CRML, because it does act right now like a biotech, right? Some news, something happening, boom. So you got to look at 7. So for the very first support would be this black 14-period moving average right here, 782. And then the pink is at 764. If it takes that out between any minute from now until Monday during my show, then that's going to say, stalling action, just a little news. But if it's able to hold and then have a higher high on Monday by this time during my show, that'll be very positive. Next question. CVNA, that's Cavana. We spoke about this just recently and said, it looks bad. It made a peak D. It looks like if I look at the measured move, if I look at the vertical move from that peak D on the 14th, 15th, what was that? On the 12th of December at 485.33. Remember, I drew in this line, the vertical line, and I said, this doesn't look good. It looks like a rally fade. It looks like that dreaded H upside down, the reverse Y pattern. That was on the 19th, where we went to 474.89. So this is negative. And the 9-period moving average, as we speak, is negative. It's down 22 at 400. Yeah. Be careful, because it looks to me it's filled the gap. We spoke about that gap. Now the next candle will be this almost doji candle in the 380 area. 383 is the 14-period exponential moving average. I wouldn't be surprised that's where it's going on the very short term. Next question. As I remembered, ONDS. So this is one that has had beautiful moves. Ondas, here we go, ONDS. Focused on it this morning in my newsletter. Look at this. It's up 78 cents at $10.55. And I have called this a B. I haven't called this, because look, if it goes to a G, that didn't go to a G. That was just under. I didn't do that quick enough. 986 to 9. I did. 984. Right. It was under it. So that's a gray A. Right. Now, what we're looking at is Ondas Holdings, private wireless data and autonomous drone solutions for industrial and government. Man, I tell you, this sounds like everything that you're looking for, but it had that sharp move that went from just under 10 to the 7s. I mean, that was a pretty big percentage move. Now it's come back. I like this very much. It's trading well, and my target would be in the next, I'd give it a week to get to $11.70. That was the high of October, the week of the 10th of October, peak F in the weekly chart.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
What we're looking at here is, I think the full question was the weekly chart of the IWM. Yes. So think a rectangle, it's gone below the rectangle, it's gone above the rectangle, now it's stuck in that. The 9's still very strong over the 14. And look how money keeps coming into the market, even though there's a sell-off in some areas. And that just says to me, we don't have the normal bad news. I've done that dark news cloud cover chart based only on my C1, C2 of the Dow, as well as this rotational aspect. Look, today you've got General Motors down a point, but you've got other stocks that are, and General Motors is not in the Dow, but that's the whole rotational thing about these cyclicals. Just real quickly, Caterpillar up very nicely. Caterpillar is up 18 at 591. That's a really nice breakout to the upside. And that kind of matches what I'm looking at. There's the deep cyclicals are what are working. So quickly, GDX. So the GDX is, so all I'm going to say is that I'll do it again on Monday. The IWM so far, it's holding very well. Yes, the dreaded H that I typed in for GDX, I spoke about it to Tommy the other day when I was interviewed on Tuesday. I said there's a good chance that it's going to take out the left side low of 84.49. If it does that, we're going to 449, 89. We'll have to see exactly what happens next because it could go 1-to-1 to the downside. Final question before I hand you. Steve not here. I don't think I'll do the news. I don't believe Steve's here. Check out my opening column and my. That's going to be. Very important for 2026 because we've got this rotation identified in the webinar I did, and we've already got a couple of stocks that we've added that are doing quite nicely. In fact, one in particular is doing very well. Okay, so with that said, let me see, did I skip anything? Thank you, Pat, for telling me. Yes, I also saw that Vicor. That's what I typed into my chart. Thoughts on the SMHs? Yes, the SMHs, the fact that Advanced Micros are running today and the semis at an all-time high, that's really important. That tells me this is a consolidation. It's not a major sell-off. That's why I do want to go short. And look at this, very nice action in the semis. Have a great day and a wonderful 2026 to everyone.